Every year, thousands of people apply for an Ireland tourist visa expecting a formality, and get rejected. Not because they lied, not because they're dangerous, because of one document they didn't think mattered. Picture this. Someone books flights to Dublin, finds a cute Airbnb in Galway, plans a 2-week trip chasing castles and coastline. They fill out the application, pay the fee, upload a passport photo, and wait. 6 weeks later, refusal. No trip, no refund on those flights, and an application fee they don't get back either. It's just a tourist visa, right? You're not moving there. You're not working there. You just want to see the cliffs of Moher and drink a pint in Temple Bar. So why does Ireland's immigration service treat this like you're applying for something much bigger? Here's the truth. This isn't Schengen. Ireland runs its own visa system. Separate rules, separate scrutiny. This visa has an official name, the Short Stay C Visa. It's issued through Ireland's Immigration Service Delivery. You might see it referred to by its older name, INIS. It allows visa-required travelers to enter Ireland for tourism, family visits, or short business trips for up to 90 days, not a day more. You apply entirely online through a portal called AVATS, the Automated Visa Application and Tracking System. You fill it out, print a summary sheet, sign it, and send it, along with your documents, to your nearest visa application center. On paper, the requirement sounds simple. In practice, this is where most people quietly sabotage their own application. 1. A valid passport. Sounds obvious, but it needs to be valid well beyond your trip, not just covering your travel dates. 2. Proof of funds. You need to show you can actually afford this trip without needing to work or claim public assistance while you're there. Bank statements, usually the last several months, showing consistent, not suspicious, last-minute funds. 3. A real travel itinerary. Flights, a rough day-by-day plan, not just a one-way ticket and a shrug. 4. Proof of accommodation, a hotel booking, an Airbnb confirmation, or an invitation letter if you're staying with someone. 5. And this is the one nobody talks about, proof you intend to leave. Quick myth to kill before we go further. Unlike Schengen countries, Ireland doesn't officially require a specific minimum insurance coverage amount to get this visa approved. You won't find a $30,000 minimum rule on the official checklist. But here's the catch. As a tourist visa holder, you have zero access to Ireland's public healthcare system. If something happens, an ER visit, a broken ankle on a hike, you're paying out of pocket in euros at Irish prices. So while it's not always a box you're forced to check on the application, traveling without it is a bet most people shouldn't make. Here's the part they don't put in bold on the application page. Ireland's immigration officers aren't just checking can you afford this trip. They're checking why would you go home afterward. If you're young, unmarried, between jobs, or don't have strong documented ties, a job, a lease, a family, ongoing studies, back home, that's a red flag to them. Not because you're doing anything wrong, because on paper, you look like someone who might not leave. And here's the twist most people don't know. As of mid-2026, most refused short-stay C visa applications can no longer be appealed. If you're refused, you don't get a second review. You have to submit an entirely new application and fix what went wrong the first time. So getting it right the first time isn't just ideal, it's the only shot you get. And even once you're approved, this visa comes with hard limits people forget. You cannot work. Not a part-time job, not remote freelancing for a local client, nothing. You cannot access public funds, no social assistance, no healthcare system access beyond emergencies. And you cannot simply switch to a long-term visa or work permit from inside Ireland. In almost every case, if your plans change and you want to stay longer or work, you need to leave and apply for the correct visa from outside the country. This visa is not a backdoor into anything long-term. So if the bar is this specific, how do you actually get approved? 3 things move the needle more than anything else. First, document your ties to home clearly. Employment letter, lease agreement, enrollment letter, whatever proves you have a life to go back to. Second, make your funds boring. Steady, explainable, consistent bank history beats a sudden lump sum deposit every time. Third, be specific, not vague. A detailed itinerary with actual bookings signals a real traveler. A blank calendar signals a risk. None of this guarantees approval. No honest source will ever tell you that. But it's the difference between an application that gets a second glance and one that gets a 2-second rejection. If you're planning to travel, or eventually move, to Ireland, I break down the real rules like this every week. Subscribe if you'd rather know this stuff before you apply, not after a refusal email. At the end of the day, this visa is exactly what it says it is: temporary permission to visit. Not a loophole, not a slow path to living there, not a backup plan. Treat it like what it is, prepare like it actually matters, and it stops being scary. It just becomes paperwork. Follow for the immigration breakdowns that actually help you get it right the first time.